What is your favourite football shirt? In today's video, we're going to talk through the 10 best football shirts of all time, as voted for by me. Obviously, quick disclaimer, as I've just said, this is my personal top 10, not anybody else's. You're probably going to disagree. If you like the video, give me a subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think. We're starting the list with probably my most obscure pick. French club Auxerre's 2002/3 home kit. I just absolutely love the simplicity of this kit. I think obviously the big thing that stands out is the PlayStation 2 sponsor. Just has that really noughties Y2K feel to it. Such a beautifully simple kit. Auxerre would win the French League Cup, the Coupe de France, in this kit, and they finished 6th in the league. And it's hard to imagine now, given Auxerre have just been relegated to League 2 in France, but this kit would actually be seen with a Champions League patch on it. But unfortunately, they didn't get out of the group stage. Of course, Auxerre is where Djibril Cissé would start his career, and he was their top scorer that season with 21 goals in all competitions. At number 9, we have Newcastle's 95/96 away shirt. I think for me with this kit, it's the obscure kind of blue-red hoops look. Obviously, I'm always going to like hoops. Quite unusual for Newcastle at the time. Had sort of a slightly rugby shirt feel with the buttons. Don't normally like buttons, but I think it really works here. In fact, Les Ferdinand actually complained to the Newcastle owners that it looked too much like a rugby shirt. And of course, again, with the sponsor, the Newcastle Brown Ale, it just looks brilliant on this kit. It's really, really subtly done. It becomes a part of the shirt rather than something that's just been stuck on top of the design. Newcastle were called the entertainers in this period of time, scoring goals for fun. In fact, they finished 2nd in the Premier League that season, just 4 points behind Man United. Although Newcastle fans were obviously disappointed, it was the top of an absolutely meteoric rise for Newcastle. They've been 20th in the 2nd division just 3 seasons before. Is that sort of climb ringing any bells for anyone else? At number 8, we have our first international pick with Japan's 2018 World Cup shirt. I just think this is so slick, the beautiful blue colour. In fact, the blue colour is a traditional colour in Japan called Kachi-iro, which means the colour of victory. The nice little white crosses all over, which are meant to look like traditional samurai armour. Although they started the group stages pretty strong, the colour of victory wasn't to last, unfortunately, with Japan losing 3-2 to Belgium in the round of 16. At number 7, I've gone for Arsenal's 2005/2006 home shirt. This shirt is so nostalgic for me for some reason. I don't know whether it's just memories of players like Thierry Henry in the kit or mates having it, but it definitely feels like a real classic from my childhood. As many of you know, it was actually a special commemorative shirt to mark Arsenal's last season at Highbury. The red currant colour was supposedly the same as the first kit that Arsenal ever wore back when they were Dial Square FC. The story is that Arsenal at the time had some ex-players from Forest and didn't actually have a kit of their own, so they borrowed Forest's old kit. Though there has been some discrepancy over whether the red currant colour is actually accurate, because a lot of it's based on black and white images and they think that's the right tone, but it could be off. Obviously, Nottingham Forest is a much brighter red, so that's definitely plausible. I think just that subtle change in colour for the one season made it a really, really effective change. I love the collar on this, and I think the long sleeve shirt in particular is a real classic. Arsenal would finish 4th in the Premier League that season, but they did make the Champions League final, losing 2-1 to Barcelona. At number 6, we have the real Betis home shirt, first worn in 95. It looks like they wore variations of this all the way through to the 97/98 season. I just love the green and white colour palette on this. The kappa down the arms, the collar, the badge, all of the subtle details just work so nicely together. I really like the version without the sponsor as well. I think they wore this in the 96 season. At number 5, going back into international territory, we've got England's 1990 home shirt. I think this shirt just speaks for itself. It's an absolute classic. I think it's the best England kit. The subtle diamond pattern all over, which was seen on all versions of the kit. Umbro just makes so much sense for an England kit. And of course, a big reason why this shirt is so iconic is because we made the semi-finals and unfortunately lost. It's the image of Gaza crying in it. But it's other things too. It's New Order wearing the shirt in their World in Motion video, which by the way is the best World Cup song and maybe one of the best songs ever. Now it pains me to do this given I've just had England at number 5, but number 4 we've got Germany's 1988 home shirt. Adidas using the German flag in this way I just think is so clever. It was liked so much it was reused for the World Cup in 1990. Some say that the jagged lines actually have a hidden meaning and that they actually represent Germany's performances at previous tournaments. I have to say it is actually quite plausible when you look at it. Obviously with the upward trend at the end of the chart being Adidas and Germany's hopes of winning the World Cup. I'm not 100% sure whether that's true, but I like it. At number 3, we have Fiorentina's 98/99 home shirt. I've always loved the purple that Fiorentina play in, but I think this is the best kit that they ever had. Again, I think it's the sponsor that really makes this. The bright red Nintendo just looks brilliant. I guess with this and the Auxerre shirt, you know, you don't really see gaming sponsors on shirts anymore, so these look really nostalgic to me, but I think it it becomes a part of the shirt's design. And I think that's what makes some of the best shirts, because some of these are iconic brands in themselves and it helps to elevate the shirt to another level. There are also special editions at the same time that featured Mario on too. These are so cool. Right, at number 2, I promise this isn't me being biased, this is one of the best football shirts of all time. QPR's 1983 home shirt. This is an absolute beauty. Blue and white hoops are given, but it's the first time a QPR shirt featured red on the home shirt. It's actually the first QPR shirt to ever have a sponsor, and what a first sponsor to have with the Guinness logo on it. For some reason, the black Guinness print just looks so good on this kit. And Adidas, of course, the retro Adidas trefoil logo. Adidas, please sponsor us again, it looks so good. Or just recreate this kit, that's fine. So Guinness was actually brewed at nearby Park Royal at the time, which is why this sponsorship came about. It's actually also the first football kit that featured Guinness on it as a sponsor, full stop. That season also saw the debut of the immensely popular Dennis the Menace away kit, which has been a favourite of QPR fans for years and years. And this is just an absolute beautiful kit. I would be happy if we just played in this every season. I really want to see it recreated. And finally, at number 1, this is hard to pick, but I think at the end of the day, it is just an all-time great. The Netherlands home 1988 shirt. No one else plays in orange. The orange has this beautiful sort of geometric pattern on it. So 80s, but so timeless as well. It's actually the most expensive shirt if you had an original of this. It goes for £1,000. So if you have one and it's in good condition, get on eBay. Of course, the Netherlands won the Euros in 1988, beating the Soviet Union. Apparently the players actually didn't really even like the shirt themselves, but I'm sure they liked it a lot more after winning the whole tournament. I think a lot of international kits look very plain these days. I think we should definitely bring this back. Right, so that wraps up the top 10 best kits of all time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you agree, disagree? Have I missed a really obvious choice for you? If you like the video and want me to do more like these, just let me know. I might do a top 10 worst kits of all time, and maybe your team's shirt will feature in that one. See you next time.